In today's movement lesson, was doing lifts, and me and Katie learnt our piece and was able to experiment with adding a lift. I did a lot of like weight bearing with her putting her trust in me because she's going in handstands and putting her shoulders on my shoulder. I mean her feet on my shoulder. Trusted me to spin her up on my shoulder and bear up, hold her. And I think that takes a lot of guts because that's showing that you trust. But even was adding like a dynamic with adding like impulse into the lift and adding like some impact on to the weight bearing, and that made it very strong. And I feel like if we get a chance to just work on that, we could experiment a bit more with the piece. Because up to now we're currently on the floor doing floor work. I felt like I want to experiment with doing more of like a lift or jump into a lift kind. But I feel like if we can add all this, add like dynamic, we've had like a swing into a lift, and if we can add like Laban's techniques like that in it, it'd be like really good because we got Laban's techniques, the impacts, the impulse in this, and we've noticed we've not focused on telling a story, but when you watch it, you can see a story behind it, and that's good because we've not planned it, but it shows like it's starting to come along. So that's like, but that's what I work on, trying to experiment a bit more with it because we have got that trust now. The weakness is I would my weakness is I think I only use about three Laban techniques and about two like impact and impulse, and I feel like we could experiment a bit more with them, and that's what I work on. My strengths was I was able to trust and take risks, and if you don't take risks in this time rehearsal time, would never be able to understand whether that would work. Like we experimented with lift before they even mentioned it, and it's paying off because it's making you think wow or don't drop, and it's keep luring them in to the performance, and that's very intriguing. But that's my movement blog.